Hi everyone. Margaret Thompson here from my beautiful beachfront mansion in Florida. Where are you watching from today? The salty ocean breeze drifts through the open windows, waves crashing rhythmically just beyond the dunes. But inside, the air feels thick electric. I'm standing in my grand foyer, polished marble floors gleaming under the chandelier. When the doorbell chimes, sharp, insistent, my heart skips. I smooth my blouse, take a steadying breath, and open the heavy oak door. There they stand. My son Jake, 45, in his crisp polo shirt stretched tight over his gut, smirking like he owns the place, and Lisa, his wife, 42, clutching her designer purse, fake smile plastered on. "Mom," Jake says, leaning in for a half hug that doesn't land. "We heard you bought this beach mansion. We came to live with you and make peace." His words hang sweet, but his eyes dart past me, greedy, scanning the vaulted ceilings, the ocean view staircase. Lisa nods, eyes narrowing. "Yeah, Mom, family's everything. Room for us, right? What would you do? Invite them in?" I step aside, cool as the marble under my feet. "Come see for yourselves." They brush past, heels clicking, cologne sharp and overpowering. Straight into the living room they go. Sunlight pouring through floor-to-ceiling windows, highlighting every detail. Jake chuckles low. "This is prime real estate. Perfect for us to settle things." Lisa fans herself. "It's huge. You can't manage this alone." Then it happens. They round the corner into the great room, and everything stops. Dead silence. Jake's smirk vanishes, mouth gaping. Lisa freezes mid-step, hand flying to her throat, purse slipping to the floor with a thud. Their eyes lock on the walls, every inch covered in massive framed prints, spotlit like a museum exhibit gone wrong. Blown-up bank statements showing $200,000 siphoned from my accounts. Forged power of attorney docs with their looping signatures. Photos of mortgage liens they slapped on my deed. Audio transcripts in bold. "She's clueless. Forge it before she croaks." Motion sensor floodlights I rigged snap on, bathing it all in harsh white glare. The ocean roars outside, mocking their silence. Jake stammers first, face draining to gray. What the hell is this?" His voice cracks, high and boyish, nothing like the bully who'd gaslit me for years. Lisa backs up, bumping the sofa, eyes wild. This is crazy. You're confused, you need help." But her pupils dilate, sweat beading on her forehead. I sip my iced tea, ice clinking softly, and lean against the doorframe. My hands steady now, pulse even. "Welcome home, kids. Justice looks good on these walls, doesn't it?" They stand there, rooted, chests heaving, the betrayal staring back at them. Undeniable, irrefutable. Part of me aches for the boy I raised, but mostly, cold satisfaction swells in my chest, warm as the Florida sun. My own children, thinking they'd bankrupt me, steal my sunset years. How wrong they were. Have you ever watched someone you love crumble under their own lies? That's the moment their world shattered. But to understand how I set this trap, how I turned their greed against them, I need to take you back to where it all began. After my husband Tom passed away 2 years ago at 75 from that sudden heart attack, I was 70, rattling around in our old 2-story house in Tampa. We'd been married 50 years, raised Jake from a chubby toddler into a man, or so I thought. Sold the place fast after the funeral, walked away with $2.5 million clear after the mortgage. No mortgage on memories, right? Used $1.8 million to buy this beachfront mansion outright. Ocean views from every room. Infinity pool overlooking the dunes, white sand stretching forever. Thought it'd be my reward. Sunrises with coffee, retirement books by the waves, maybe bridge club with the neighbors. Where are you watching from today? Some of you might know that ache of starting over alone. Jake and Lisa live 2 hours inland, in a cookie-cutter suburb outside Orlando. He'd started a consulting firm after college, real estate flips that tanked in the crash, now 45, always chasing the next deal, belly from too many office lunches. Lisa, 42, worked part-time at a salon, but her nails and bags screamed credit cards maxed. I'd bailed them out before. $50,000 for a business loan, after their first bankruptcy. Birthday checks that bought boats they sank. Family, you know? Sent Christmas cards with grandkids' photos. 2 boys, 12 and 9, my only lights. Jake called Sundays our tradition. "Love you, Mom," he'd say. Warm fuzzies. But cracks showed early. First red flag 3 months after I moved in. Jake visits unannounced, that polo stretched tight, carrying takeout from some fancy seafood spot. "Mom, this place is incredible," he says, eyes roaming like a realtor appraising. We sit on the patio, waves whispering, salt air thick. He sips his beer. "How's the money holding up? Big place like this, taxes, maintenance. You need help managing." Sweet concern, right? But his knee bounces, fingers drumming the glass. I smile, wave it off. "I'm fine, honey. Investments are solid." Later, I notice my checkbook shifted in the drawer. Just a hair. Paranoia, I thought. Old lady jitters. Next came Lisa solo 2 weeks later. Shows up mid-afternoon, hugs too tight. Perfume cloying like cheap roses. "Mom, you're glowing. But honestly, this house? Too much for one person. What if you fall? Let us set up joint accounts, safety net." Her eyes flick to the ocean, then my wristwatch, Tom's gold Rolex, $20,000 easy. I laugh it off. "I'm not helpless, Lisa." That night, jewelry safe beeps funny, lid not latched right. Earrings missing, the pearl ones from our anniversary. Blame the cleaner. "You're getting forgetful, Margaret." Third oddity hit harder. Check arrives from the bank. $10K withdrawn for roof repairs. I never authorized. Called them, signature matched but sloppy. Jake's loop on the J. Heart flutters, but I swallow it. Sent him a casual text. "Honey, saw a charge you're doing?" Back comes. "Must be a glitch, Mom. We'll check." Radio silence after. Then the app pings. Another $15,000 from my pension fund, transferred to an account I didn't recognize. Coffee turned sour in my mouth that morning. Hands trembling on the mug. Waves crash outside, indifferent. Over the next month, patterns emerged. Jake's calls ramp up twice weekly now. "Mom, heard about elder fraud? Let me review your statements." Lisa texts photos of nice condos, smaller, cheaper. Grandkids visit less, excuses piling. One Sunday, Jake hugs goodbye and I catch it. His hand brushes my purse on the counter, wallet peeking. Subtle, but my gut twists. Part of me screamed, "Confront him, my boy, the one I nursed through chickenpox, cheered at graduations." But wisdom from 70 years whispered, "Wait. Watch. Gather." That's when I decided. No more blind trust. Downloaded banking alerts, installed nanny cams, tiny ones in clocks, lamps disguised perfect. Printed dummy will drafts, left them out on my desk for their next drop-in. Tracked every login, every call. Played the doting mom. Baked his favorite lemon bars, cooed over grandkids' pics. Inside. Steel forming. Have you ever loved someone so deep it hurts to doubt them? I had to know. The first cam goldmine. Their surprise weekend visit. I step out for groceries, return early. Through the app on my phone, hidden in the beach cabana, I watch. Jake rifles my desk drawer, snaps photos of bank letters. Lisa paces the kitchen, phone to ear. "Yeah, she's loaded, $2 million liquid. Forge the POA soon before she wises up." My knees buckle against the dune grass, phone shaking. Salt stings my eyes, tears or sea spray. Not just oddities. Theft. Betrayal. Planned. But that was just the surface. Little did I know how deep their scheme ran. Or how they'd already sunk claws into my new home. To understand the full nightmare, stick with me. I started paying closer attention after that cam footage, really paying attention like a detective in one of those old noir films Tom loved. Every login alert on my phone, every drawer left ajar, every too sweet phone call. My hands shook less now, replaced by a cold focus I'd never felt before. Part of me still hoped it was a mistake, some misunderstanding. But deep down at 72, I'd learned life doesn't hand out happy accidents. Where are you watching from today? Have you ever had that pit in your stomach, knowing the truth but needing proof? First, I audited my own accounts quietly. Logged into the bank app at dawn, waves murmuring outside, coffee steaming cold beside me. There it was, $200,000 siphoned over 6 months, small transfers at first, $5,000 here for charity, $10,000 there for family emergencies. All to an account in Jake's name disguised as consulting fees. My pension, Tom's life insurance payout, they dipped in like it was a piggy bank. Heart pounding, I printed statements, timestamps glaring like accusations. But I needed more. Hired a private investigator that week. Elena recommended him, my neighbor down the beach. Tom Rivera, no relation, $5,000 retainer wired anonymously. Discreet. I told him over burner phone. Elder fraud case. My own blood. Tom worked fast. 2 days later, report lands in my inbox. County records hacked. They'd filed a fraudulent mortgage lien on my beach mansion. $500,000 to protect my assets. Protect? From whom? Their names on the paperwork, signatures forged with my wobbly Margaret Thompson. My chest tightened, breath short like after Tom's funeral. I paced the balcony, salt wind whipping my hair, staring at the endless ocean. How long? PI digs deeper. Jake's buddy at First Coastal Bank approved the lien, emails exchanged late nights. She's clueless, push it through. Clueless. Me, who balanced books for Tom's hardware store 40 years, who raised a family on tight budgets. Cam's caught more gold. Installed extras in guest's bath office, tiny black eyes watching. Jake drops by solo, checking the AC. I run to the store, watch live. He plugs a USB into my desktop, copies files. Sweats through his shirt, mutters. Passwords next. Lisa's turn. Group text feigns concern. Mom's forgetting bills. But Cam shows her in my bedroom safe, prying the combo lock with a stethoscope app on her phone. Click. She pockets $2,000 cash, Tom's old watch. For safekeeping, she whispers to herself, smirking. My blood boiled visceral like acid in veins. Nights I sobbed into pillows, ocean drowning the sound. My boy, the one I rocked through colic. But tears dried to resolve. No confronting yet. Evidence first. Antagonist got bolder, thinking me oblivious. Jake's calls turned pushy. Mom, joint accounts? For your safety. I played frail. Maybe, honey. Tired lately. He bit, sent forms overnight. Lisa hosted family dinner inland. Grandkids hugging tight. But under the table her foot taps frantic. Jake slips me wine laced heavy. Cam on my necklace later catches their toast post-meal. To Mom's beach pad, ours soon. PI confirms. They'd shopped my mansion to realtors. Power of attorney incoming. Scope ballooned, not just theft. Isolation plot. Lisa calls my bridge ladies. Margaret's confused, memory slips. My doctor? They probed records, hinting incapacity evaluation. Internal war raged. Doubt whispered. Overreacting? Trust issues from Tom's death? But evidence piled. USB forensics from PI show Jake downloaded my will, altered digital copy to favor them 70%. Bank buddy emailed lien approvals, CC'd Lisa. $750,000 total exposure now. Pension drained, investments rerouted. Broke me one stormy night. Thunder rattling windows, I curled on the couch, clutching Tom's photo. How'd we raise this? Sobs racked, but dawn brought steel. No more victim. Changed all passwords via Elena's secure line. Notarized new will. Everything to grandkids trust, charity buffer. Froze suspicious transfers at bank. Lawyer on speed dial. They sense pushback. Jake texts frantic. Mom's statement glitch, talk soon? Lisa drops care package. Vitamin spike suspicious. Note. For your health. I tested one, sedatives trace. PI tails them. Meetings with shady notary, whispers of dementia claim to court. My breaking point. App alert. $50,000 pension hit attempted. Rage surged, pure. No tears. I gathered arsenal, 3-ring binder thick. Cam stills, audio rips. Forged before she croaks. Bank forensics, Elena's affidavit swearing my sharpness. Hired Tom full-time now. Felonies stacking. He emails. Scope? Multi-year. Started post-Tom's funeral, Jake helping probate, skimming probate fees. What would you do facing this from your own flesh? Can you believe a mother finds this under her roof? I sat by the pool that night, stars sharp over black waves, binder heavy on lap. No confrontation, too raw. Dig deeper. Their conversations leaked more. Cam in garage catches Jake raging to Lisa. She's stalling. Fake fall hospital eval? Lisa hisses. Patience. Liens locket. Irony. Liens backfired. My lawyer prepped countersuit. They escalated. Mass family text. Mom needs assisted living, thoughts? Cousins reply concern. I forward to PI. Allies forming. Decision crystallized. Not just defend, strike. Elena over tea. Elder abuse laws brutal. Fraud plus incapacity fraud? Prison. Wired her retainer. Planted bait. Leaked fake deed on desk, flaws glaring. Jake visits, snaps pics, cam rolling. Their boldness peaked. Joint email. Urgent sign attached. I forwarded to DA anonymous tip line. Gears turned. But full nightmare? Bigger. PI's final dig before escalation. Jake's bank buddy flipped, recorded confession. They'd targeted not just me, 2 aunts pre-Tom. Softened for inheritance. Family empire of greed. I closed the laptop, ocean sighing approval. Scope dwarfed imagination. Decade plot accomplices. Emotional wreck? Yes, heart fractured. But 72 years taught resilience. No more ignoring. Counter-strike brewed. You think that's horrifying? The layers they hid. Wait till you see the full betrayal web I unraveled next. The full picture hit like a rogue wave crashing over the dunes. Years of calculated greed. Not some recent slip. PI Tom's report detailed it all. Jake and Lisa's scheme stretched back 18 months, starting right after Tom's funeral when Jake helped with probate papers. They'd skimmed $30,000 in fees, forged small checks disguised as medical bills. But the crown jewel? That $500,000 fraudulent lien on my beach mansion, filed 3 months ago through Jake's bank buddy, Mark Hensley. Emails printed crisp. Margaret's declining. Push lien for protection. Declining? I'd outrun Lisa on the beach path last week. My hands clenched the report pages, knuckles white. Salt air from the open window doing nothing to cool the fury boiling inside. $750,000 total at risk now. Pension gutted to $120,000. Investments rerouted to their consulting shell company. Accomplices too. Hensley for the bank access. A shady notary Lisa charmed for blanks. Scope massive, felonious. Have you ever stared at proof your life's work, your husband's legacy, was toilet paper to your own kids? I didn't crumble. No more tears by the waves. Steel settled in my spine, the kind forged from burying parents, nursing Tom through chemo scares, raising Jake solo those rough years. Evidence arsenal grew. USBs crammed with cam rips, Jake muttering dementia notes, while scanning my psyche valve from last year's checkup. Lisa's phone audio hissing, isolate her from Bridge Club first. Bank forensics PDFs, timestamps damning. Elena Rivera, my neighbor the retired lawyer, swore affidavits on my mental sharpness after mock depositions over iced tea. Ironclad Margaret, she said, her silver bob nodding firm. Elder financial abuse statutes, Florida's RICO-like. 3-ring binder now 2 inches thick, labeled Justice in Sharpie. Witness statements too. Beach Cabana guy saw Lisa casing the property with a realtor app. My doctor faxed records proving no decline. Antagonists ramped up. Clueless I held the strings. Jake emails urgent POA. Digital form attached, my shaky signature pre-forged. I replied sweet. Printing now, honey. Confused lately. Bit hard. Lisa calls, voice honeyed. Mom, we worry. That big house? Sell, downsize with us. Subtext screamed. Liquidate for their gain. I played along, voice quavering. Maybe you're right. Joint accounts sound safe. Relief flooded her tone. We'll handle everything. Cam later catches her dancing in my kitchen, phone to Hensley. She's breaking, transfer next week. My stomach turned bile sharp, but I smiled into the mirror. Nearly slipped once. Printing lean countersuit docs, printer jams loud. Footsteps, Jake dropping vitamins. I shoved papers under tea towels, heart slamming. Just recipes, dear. He eyed suspicious but bought the frail act. Close call, sweat cold on my neck. Power shifted, deliberate, surgical. First strike. Elena filed quiet lien reversal at county clerk. Emergency elder abuse petition. Court order same day. $500,000 wiped. Their forgery flagged felony. Bank froze all joint attempts. I transferred safe $1.2 million to irrevocable trusts for grandkids. Elena executor. No contact on their accounts pending probe. Hired Tom PI full throttle. Tail their inland house, bugs in their cars. Goldmine. Jake raging to Hensley voicemail. Lien bounced, mom's lawyer sniffing? Panic set. Lisa googles Florida elder fraud penalties. 5 to 20 years captured clear. Their desperation leaked. Missed calls piling, Jake's voicemails edged manic. Mom, pick up. Everything okay? I ghosted, planted more bait. Allies locked in. Elena's network shown. Officer Mark Hayes, Beach Patrol vet, reviewed evidence poolside. Fraud plus attempted incapacity, slam dunk, he grunted, coffee steaming. Wired him copies, anonymous tips routed. Dr. Patel, my GP, notarized cognitively excellent letter, debunking dementia push. Even Bridge Club Ruth. Saw Lisa bragging moms are soon at market. Affidavit sworn. Moments I nearly cracked. Grandkid's birthday invite arrives, party pics online me excluded. Ache stab deep, fresh as childbirth pains. But no. Their trap sprung ironic. Jake's joint account pinged my alerts. Traceable now, evidence jackpot. Counterplan crystallized over Elena's whiteboard. Rig the mansion reveal, authorities primed. Prepped walls, massive frames bolted. Evidence prints swapped like a war room. Motion floods, wired remote app. Bait email sent. Kids love the Poe idea. Come tomorrow, tour the place, sign papers beachside. Jake replies instant. On our way. Lisa texts hearts. Perfect. They smelled weakness, doubled down. En route, cam catches Jake printing fake health proxy. Lisa practicing gaslight lines. Mom's delusional. Growing frantic, Jake speeds, nearly clips a dune buggy. Lisa gripes, Hensley ghosting. Their own moves damning, Hensley flipped, peer recorded confession. Jake pressured the lien. I want immunity. Sent to D. Elena prepped civil suit. Fraud recovery plus punitive. Hayes parked discreet 2 blocks off, warrant warming. I paced foyer that eve, ocean sign conspiratorial binder clutched. Almost caught final time. Testing wall switch, bulb pops loud. Neighbor dog barks. Lisa's car circles block? Paranoia? No, PI confirms, recon drive. Hidden panic room, new install, Tom's gun safe retrofitted. Heart thumped walls but breath steadied. They knocked empty-handed. Mom? Lights on. Voicemail, pity play. Irony peaked. Their forged POA? Now Exhibit A in Hayes' file. Setup pristine. Trap baited, jaws wide. They drove down tomorrow smug. Text leaked, beach pad secured. Power fully mine. No more doting mom. Justice architect. Can you imagine flipping the board on your betrayers? Their growing desperation? Hold tight. Their downfall ignites next. They arrived right on time the next afternoon. Tires crunching gravel in the driveway. Ocean breeze carrying their cologne before they even knocked. I watched from the foyer window, heart steady now like a drumbeat counting down. Jake's SUV gleamed under the sun, doors slamming. Lisa adjusting her sundress, Jake loosening his collar, both forcing smiles but eyes hungry, darting to the mansion's facade. My binder sat hidden in the kitchen drawer. Phone linked to Hayes 2 blocks away. Elena texted. All filed. Go time. Deep breath, salt air filling my lungs. No turning back. Where are you watching from today? Ever set a trap for the ones who should love you most? Doorbell chimed. I opened slow, playing the part. Kids. Come in, come in. Jake hugged awkward, patting my back like I might break. Mom, this place still blows me away. Ready to talk, Pio? Lisa air kissed my cheek. Purse heavy with forms. Family first, right? Their voices dripped false warmth, but Jake's foot tapped impatient. Lisa's gaze flicked to door locks. I led them through the foyer, marble cool underfoot. Waves audible through open sliders. Tea on the patio first? Beautiful day. They followed eager, heels echoing, cologne clashing with sea salt. Patio table set pristine, iced tea sweating glasses, lemon slices floating innocent. They sat, chairs scraping tile, ocean vista sprawling behind. Jake dove in, sliding folder across. Mom sign here. Joint everything, protects you. His pen tapped insistent, smile not reaching eyes. Lisa leaned forward, voice soft. You're alone too much. We worry about falls, confusion. Subtext screamed. Sign over control. My hand hovered the page, trembling deliberate. Part of me flashed baby Jake's first steps here years ago, but rage overrode. I sipped tea slow, ice clinking. Confusion? Like the liens you filed on my deed. Silence slammed down. Heavier than the humid air. Jake's laugh barked forced. Liens? Mom, what are you talking about? Bank glitch. Lisa touched his arm, eyes wide innocent. Honey, she's mixing things up. Remember your doctor's note. Gaslight flickering. I set glass down deliberate, condensation pooling. No glitch. $500,000 lien, forged signature, mine loop just like yours, Jake. His face twitched, color draining slow. Lisa stammered. That's crazy. We never. I cut her voice even. Sit tight. More tea. Stood calm, walked inside. Their whispers chased. She's lost it. Call Hensley. Great room next. Tour time, kids. See what you've been eyeing. They trailed uneasy, Jake muttering. Mom, let's just sign. Floodlights hummed soft, walls innocent still. Midway, I paused by the ocean view archway. Jake, Lisa, stop pretending. Pulled phone, remote app glowed. Switch flipped. Lights blazed, harsh white flooding every frame. Walls transformed. Blown up bank transfers, $200,000 trails to their shell. Forged POA drafts side by side originals. Cam stills. Jake rifling drawers, Lisa at safe. Audio booth cracked. Forge before she croaks. Emails projected large. Hensley's push lien confession. Their mortgage shopping listing, my mansion. POA pending. Jake staggered back, bumping sofa, mouth agape fish-like. This. Photoshop. Fake. Sweat beaded instant, polo darkening pits. Lisa gasped sharp, hand clutching pearls, legs buckling to armchair. Mom, you're delusional. We love you. Tears welled crocodile. But pupils blew wide, guilt raw. I stepped forward, binder slapping coffee table. Love? $750,000 stolen. Pension gutted. Liens to force sale. Flipped pages deliberate. PI report first. Hensley's flip audio booming. Jake pressured. Immunity deal. Jake lunged. Turn it off. Voice cracked boy high. Lisa sobbed. Please, family forgives. My turn. Voice rose steady. Chest full like birthing pains reversed. Forgives? You looked me in eyes, hugged grandkids on laps while plotting my ruin. Gaslit bridge club. Probe doctors for dementia. Skim Tom's probate day 1. Greed over blood. Tears mine now, hot tracks but chin high. I raised you better. 50 years marriage sacrifices, gone for your yacht's debts. Jake knelt clumsy, hands clasped. Mom, mistake. We'll repay. Lisa wailed. Grandkids need you. Lies crumbling, desperation stench worse than low tide. Enough. Phone out, hey speed dial. Officer? They're here. Evidence live. Sirens distant then near, gravel crunching. Door bangs, Mark Hayes strides in, badge glinting, partner behind. Jake Thompson, Lisa, fraud warrants. Hands behind. Cuffs clicked, cold steel. Jake bucked wild. Mom, no. Blood. Lisa shrieked, makeup rivers. Hayes nodded me respectful. Ma'am, solid case. Rico elder abuse. Dragged out kicking gravel, mansion doors slamming final. Waves crashed, applause. I sank to sofa, knees weak, sudden, tea cold forgotten. Their car towed, silence rang. Justice? Bittersweet tang, ache for lost boy. But power mine, walls dimmed, ocean eternal. What would you feel watching kin hauled away? Hold on, the real storm hit after. The cuffs clicked shut with that unmistakable metallic snap, echoing off the marble floors louder than the waves pounding the shore outside. Jake twisted against Officer Hayes' grip, his face twisted red, veins bulging in his neck like ropes. Mom! You can't do this. I'm your son. Spittle flew from his lips, eyes wild with something feral I'd never seen, not even in his worst teenage tantrums. Lisa sagged between the second officer. Mascara streaked rivers down her cheeks, sobbing and hiccuping gasps. Please, Margaret. The boys, the grandkids. Think of them. Her voice cracked high, nails digging into Hayes' arm, but he pried her off firm, reading right steady. You have the right to remain silent. I stood frozen in the great room doorway, floodlights still blazing on the evidence walls, the air thick with salt, sweat, and betrayal's sour stink. My knees buckled slow to the sofa edge, hands clasped tight in my lap to hide the tremble. Part of me, the mother who'd bandaged skinned knees and cheered Little League, ached sharp, a knife twist in the gut. But the rest? Ice calm, watching their world implode piece by damning piece. Hayes glanced my way, notebook out, voice professional low. Ma'am, walk us through it one more time for the report. His partner cuffed Jake tighter, the man now slumped against the wall, muttering curses under breath. Lisa lunged toward me sudden, stopped short by the chain. You're killing us. For what? Your stupid beach house. I rose slow, legs steady now, crossed to the coffee table binder. Flipped it open deliberate, pages rustling like dry leaves. For everything. Start with the bank transfers. Pointed to the first exhibit. Statements crisp, arrows highlighting $200,000 trails to their Thompson Consulting LLC. Shell empty, but for bar tabs. Hayes nodded, snapping photos flash popping. Jake barked from the floor. Fake. All photoshopped bullshit. But his eyes darted guilty, avoiding the cam stills beside him at my desk, USB plugged, face guilty as a kid with cookie crumbs. I didn't stop. Voice even like reciting grocery lists. I peeled back layers for maximum gut punch. Next, the lien. Huge printout glared. $500,000 fraudulent mortgage on my deed. Their forged loops mocking beside my real script. Hayes whistled low. County clerk flagged it felony hours ago. Lisa whimpered, sinking to knees. We were protecting you. From scammers. Lies thin as sea foam. I hit play on the tablet, Hensley's confession boomed. Jake pressured the lien. Immunity if I testify. Jake's head snapped up, betrayal fresh. Mark, you rat bastard. Hayes smirked faint. Your buddy flipped yesterday. Full cooperation. Lisa's sobs turned wails, make up a clown mask. He lied to us. It was his idea. Piece by excruciating piece, the noose tightened. Cam audio next. Their whispers in my guest room, tinny but clear. She's clueless. Forge the PO before she croaks. Jake's own voice, casual as ordering pizza. His fight drained, shoulders slumping, eyes pleading mine. Mom, mistake. Debt swallowed us. We'll fix it. Lisa crawled forward on knees, chains rattling. Grandkids ask for Nana. Please. Heartstrings tugged, vicious visions flashing. Birthday cakes lit for my boys now, men. Beach days building sandcastles. But greed's stench overpowered. $750K clawed from Tom's grave sweat legacy. I knelt eye level with Jake, voice low steel. Mistake? 18 months plotting. Probate skim day after funeral. Gaslit my friends, probe doctors for dementia notes. Isolation so you bankrupt me, force this house sale. Your own mother. The room spun silent but for Lisa's mules, Hayes pin scratching. Jake's lip quivered, first real crack. Boy peeking through bully. I panicked. Lisa pushed. Business tanked again. Finger point fast. She shrieked. Liar. You hated waiting for inheritance. They turned on each other feral, Hayes intervening calm. Save it for arraignment. My monologue built. Words pouring cathartic. Chest heaving. You want what hurts deepest? Not the money could earn more bridge nights. Trust. Hugs with grandkids on laps, Sunday calls love you mom. All theater for ruin. I sacrificed nights nursing you feverish, college tuition scraping. Tom's overtime for your braces. Greed erased it. No more. Tears mine now, hot and unashamed but chin lifted. Jake sobbed open, ugly gulps. Forgive blood. Lisa begged. Sign no contact away. Family. No. Phone out again, DA on speed dial from Elena's prep. Margaret Thompson. Confrontation complete. Evidence served. Arrests in progress. Click. Hayes hauled them vertical, Jake stumbling. Lisa dragged heels scraping marble, bloody streaks faint. Doorway final stand, Jake twisted back. You'll regret. Grandkids hate you. Lie. He knew the trust shielded them. Lisa spat venom last. Old bitch. Hayes shoved her out. Doors slammed thunderous, SUV sirens wailing fade down beach road. Gravel crunched empty. Silence crashed heavier than any storm. I collapsed full to sofa. Chest heaving ragged, walls dimmed, remote flicked. Ocean roared indifferent. Sun dipping gold over dunes. Tea glasses sweated, forgotten rings on teak. Hands shook now free, justice delivered but hollow echo. Ache bloomed deep. For the family photo album upstairs, Jake's baby grin faded. Nights ahead loomed empty, grandkids collateral in their war. But power? Mine reclaimed, binder closed, victorious. Waves whispered approval, salt drying tear tracks. Satisfaction edged grief, bittersweet as sunset. Have you ever delivered truth so raw it scarred your soul too? Can you believe one afternoon shattered decades? Elena arrived minutes later, key-eyed given, arms full casseroles from Bridge Club. You did it, warrior. Hugged Bone Crush, her perfume lavender calm. Hayes returned dusk, full report stamped. Rico elder abuse 5 to 20 each. Hensley testifies they fold. Civil suit filed Dawn. Restitution plus punitives. $600,000 recoverable easy. Mansion lien dust. No contact orders ironclad. Grandkids supervised via trust. I pace balcony that eve stars pricking black sky. Binder safe in panic room. Reflection hit waveside. 72 years losses stacked. Parents young Tom slow cancer scare false now this. But resilience? Unbreakable now. Forged in fire. Jake's first jail call blocked auto protocol. Lisa's lawyer emailed plea. Family counseling? Shredded. Their schemes unraveled public. Local news blip beachfront fraud bust. Faces blurred but neighbors whispered. Bridge Ruth dropped scones. Proud Margaret. Heroes don't fold. Dr. Patel checkup. Stronger pulse than last year. Allies solid web spun tight. Grandkids? Trust funded college Summers Beach camp. Me visiting neutral healing slow. No rush. Climax lingered not explosion, but quiet reclamation. Walls stripped next day frames to storage ocean views pure again. Pool dipped first solo swim, water silk on skin sun warming aches. Lesson sank deep. Blood ties fragile self-worth granite. Betrayers fate? Sealed their greed. Mine. Sunrises endless justice dawn. But aftermath storm brewed fiercer. Legal wars whispers heart mends. Stick for the end, you won't believe how I rose higher. What would you do post-firestorm? Their desperation peaked that drag out but real fallout? Eye-opener. There lies gaslit air electric still. Cuffs echo haunting sweet lullaby. Empowerment swelled slow, ocean vast mirror. No victim left. Architect victorious. Hold the recovery's gold. 6 months later, I sit on my balcony most mornings. Coffee steaming in a mug Tom picked out in Key West 20 years back. Ocean stretching endless blue under the Florida sun. The beach mansion feels lighter now, walls bare again. Evidence frames packed away in the attic like ghosts banished. Legal dust settled hard. Jake got 5 years federal fraud, Lisa 3 as accomplice, both pleading out mid-trial when Hensley's testimony crushed them. Restitution court ordered. $600K wired back last month. Pension rebuilt. Investments rerouted safe. No contact ironclad. Grandkids visit supervised at the Trust's beach camp. Their hugs tentative but warming slow. Where are you watching from today? Ever rebuilt from family rubble? Court days blurred into one grim parade. First hearing, Jake in orange jumpsuit, unshaven hollow-cheeked, avoiding my eyes across the gallery. Lisa beside, hair limp, whispering frantic to her public defender. Elena sat firm left, hand squeezing mine when the judge banged gavel. Elder financial abuse, RICO violations, sentencing pending. Jake's outburst earned contempt. She's the criminal. Bail denied. Lisa wailed as marshals hauled them. I drove home numb, waves blurring through tears, but Elena's call on route steadied. Civil suit wins tomorrow. Punitive damages incoming. Victory tasted ash. Justice cold comfort against the hole where Sunday calls used to be. Financials snapped back surgical. Liens erased day 1 post-arrest, title clean. Banks refunded forged transfers with interest. Trusts locked grandkids' futures. College full ride, no strings. Sold nothing. Mansion mine outright, taxes covered by recovered funds. Elena handled probate tweaks. Charity buffers swelled. Elder fraud hotline funded local. Dr. Patel cleared me exceptional health. Blood pressure down from stress peaks. Bridge Club Ruth hosted victory tea. Scones flaky, gossip juicy on Lisa's salon firing. You showed spine, Margaret. Neighbors nodded respectful. Whispers turned admiration. Even Officer Hayes stopped by 4th of July barbecue, burger in hand, case textbook. Saved others. New life bloomed gradual, roots deep in sand. Mornings yoga on the beach now, toes digging damp cool, sun climbing slow. Volunteered elder legal aid, weekly Zoom with Elena's firm, sharing war stories. Trust your gut, ladies. Cam's first. Grandkids' first visit post-sentencing. Tommy 12 hugged fierce. Nana strong. Little Ben drew me ocean pictures, crayon waves wild. Supervised park neutral, ice cream melting sticky fingers, no Jake, no Lisa. Heart mended patchwork. Ache lingers holidays empty chairs but fuller elsewhere. Friends closer self-discovered. Traveled light. Bahamas cruise solo, salt spray freeing. Books piling, unread stack gone. Antagonist fates trickled, cold facts. No schadenfreude chase. Jake divorced Lisa, prison visit 3 months in. Her emails to me shredded, unopened. Business liquidated, bankruptcy. House foreclosed. Lisa waitress dives inland. Nails chipped per Ruth's Market spy. Hensley probation testified clean. No sympathy stirred, just cautionary echo. They underestimated 72 years' wisdom. Tom's shop grit. Parenting solo stretches, widow reinvention. Greed blinded them. Resilience blinded none. Reflection hits waveside evenings. Sunset painting sky fire orange. Gulls wheeling free. Betrayal scarred, but scars toughen. Lesson etched bone deep. Family blood optional. Self-worth non-negotiable. No more blind trust, boundaries steel, intuition oracle. You're stronger than they know, ladies watching. 72 feels prime now, not fragile. Dignity? Priceless legacy. Grandkids teach resilience young. I model it daily. If this hit home, betrayal by kin, greed's ugly face. Drop your story comments. Helped? Like, subscribe, share. Someone needs this. Where you watching from? Strength to you. Ocean whispers eternal. Rise always.